Hi guys, you're tuning in to BBZ Reviews, where three vastly different individuals with varying technical backgrounds come together to share their thoughts on movies, films, and everything in between. Welcome back to BBZ Reviews, guys, which stands for
Boomer,
and Zoomer. So,
Salihin,
Cass,
Shannon.
in case you guys
We
forgot.
always
our name.
forget that.
Hey, check out our new setting
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Nice.
and Cass changed
and new
also.
positions.
Yeah. So what?
Like as if it's going to change the contents of this series.
So we have just watched the film, so it's everything we're gonna say is very fresh out of the oven.
What?
Holding our tongues again. So
What film?
what film? What
Yeah.
film? Don't know.
The menu.
The Menu.
The menu.
Kaz's choice
Yeah.
this time
Yes.
around.
And the reason why we went to watch it just now together was that it just opened a few days ago in Singapore. 3 days.
Mm.
Okay. And 2 days ago in the US and Japan.
Mm.
The rest I don't know. So it's, like you said, fresh from the oven.
Yeah.
And why did you refer to oven?
Because
Because it's the menu.
wait, actually I didn't think of that.
Smart, huh?
You see, it's subconscious thing, you know.
Right.
Oh, yeah, give a bit of summary of the film.
So it starts off with a couple,
Mhm.
and obviously, as you know, the premise is a food show, right? So you are brought onto this boat to this very obscure island, very it's supposedly like, you know, marketed as like a very luxurious place, right?
Mhm.
Where like only certain people have access to that. But actually, honestly, it looked very desolate. Like I knew something bad was gonna happen. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely knew something bad was gonna happen. It was just twigs and like wood there. Anyways, from there, then people get like food tasting shows. You got like a bunch of different people, like food critics, rich actor,
Yes.
Call of the
Corporate
Sunshine,
people.
corporate people,
Young,
wealthy.
wealthy people.
Yeah, everyone from the higher strata of society, I would say. And then it goes absolutely downhill from there.
Yeah.
Just
By the
crazy.
second course, it went weird.
Yeah.
What was I don't remember the
Second
courses.
was the one without bread.
Yeah.
Yes.
The bread
Yeah, and
course
it's
without the bread.
basically structured like in terms of like course, right? Course
Mm.
1, you've got something, course 2, and every
Mm.
time a course comes out, you get like a rundown of the menu.
Mm.
And the comments of
Yeah.
the on the site always very snarky, very interesting
Yeah,
comments,
yeah, yeah.
right?
Mm.
Just bread or something like
I
that.
wish if I had more time to read it
Yeah,
through.
it was a bit too fast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it started out quite normal. The
Mm,
menu,
in a way,
like the first course was normal, second course okay. By the time it reaches fourth and fifth,
Mm.
then it gets a bit weird.
Yeah. Don't
The
serving the, bowl
emotion,
with
the emotion.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the bread course. Like
Oh,
the dipping
yeah.
sauce,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Then she was like, oh, the emulsion sauce didn't emulsify properly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what genre would you classify this film?
Exactly. Because this has to be asked because a few cinemas in Singapore, they
Classify
state it differently.
Ah,
Yeah. If I'm not wrong, GV says black comedy.
Okay.
Right.
Some others said horror.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Okay.
What do you guys
According
think?
to the mother of all sources, the Wikipedia, American black comedy horror thriller.
Whoa.
So
Okay.
it's like 4 genres
Yeah.
into one.
So America's correct.
But the director is British.
I think it's American
The main
style.
actor is also
It's American
British,
style.
Ray Fiennes.
Yeah, that's right.
And then
yeah.
some American actors as well, some British actors.
But this one,
I
sad
don't
to
know
say,
about horror.
sad to say, but
Yeah.
when Bra film is, from this country, that country, is where the money is from. Yeah. So this is
Ah,
Fox.
the funding,
and
is it?
it's no more Fox, right? 21st century.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's American. It's Disney.
Right,
Yeah, yeah.
right. So it doesn't matter who acts in it, but
Or
where
who
the funding
directed.
comes from.
Yeah.
So,
But do you guys think we can come to a consensus on the genre? I don't think it's horror.
Is
Actually,
it- It's a
The
comedy
score
thriller.
is horror.
the score is
Horror.
Yes.
But
Something
to me,
about-
it's comedy thriller,
Mm.
black comedy thriller, not
Right,
comedy
right,
as in
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
But
the
funny
comedy is
as
from the
in-
sarcasm. Actually, there's nothing that
Yes.
actually makes you like laugh innocently, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a you gotta think a bit lah.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's,
It's not
that's where the
slapstick.
British part comes from.
Ah,
It's
yeah.
not-
Comes
it's not-
in. Yeah.
It's not slapstick. So you guys like the film?
I like it.
What
Yeah.
was your first? I mean, like for me, right? It was like okay, comedy. I was like expecting some funny stuff, and it did deliver on some of the funny things.
Mm-mm.
All right, and then after a while, it gets less funny, but the
Scary.
essence of comedy is still there.
Yeah. Throughout, yeah.
Yeah, but then it just gets a bit more suspenseful, and then you don't know what's coming next.
Yeah.
Right, every time he claps.
Oh yeah.
The first time around was
signature.
funny. Second round, okay. Third time, fourth time, and it's like, okay, something bad is going to come next.
Yeah.
Right? Because that indicates the next course of the meal.
Right.
So it's
And
a
the
bit
progression
weird.
of the unusualness of that restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, like when I enter something knowing that it's like comedy, it's part of the genre, right? Because I know like when you find something funny, it's very subjective. Like I remember like when we were watching, right, a lot of the times when they laugh, like I don't find it funny. But I know it's supposed to be a funny comment. It's just
Right.
like subjectively,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
not to me.
Certain times, because all of us experience life differently.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
We heard these lines before.
Mm-mm.
We saw a movie, something like this, and then it just,
Associations lah.
yeah.
But I'm sure we can all come to a consensus that it like pokes fun at things that is like amusing to you. Like it is amusing to all of us, I feel. We definitely enjoyed it in that sense. Even if we don't
There's
laugh.
few layers to this film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? It's totally not a foodie film. It's not about food. Actually, it's making fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is about
Foodie
food.
industry.
It's making
Foodie
fun.
industry,
Yeah.
Right?
critique,
Critic, chefs,
yeah,
that take
chef,
themselves so
charismatic chef,
seriously, right?
Yeah.
All the words that they use,
Yep.
Yeah.
right? So I thought, okay, that's the biggest dig, right? This group of people.
Mm.
But sorry, I want to go back to one of our colleagues, right?
Mhm.
After she watches this, she came out with one word. It's a common word, but it really, to me, describes the whole film. Morbid.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yes,
Right?
definitely.
It really say, oh, boom, morbid. Yes,
Yeah.
comedy, thriller, whatever, but it's a morbid.
Right.
Right?
It really makes strange the things that you're used to, which also means like defamiliarize, right? And in that sense, then you are like critically aware of how things work and like who it affects also, you know?
Actually, to me, it's one of the factor of being a good film.
Yeah.
After watching it,
Yeah.
you feel things differently, see
Yeah.
things differently.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. So, certain films you watched, there's no after effects.
Mm-mm.
You enjoyed it, or you cry, or you, after that you go home. Yeah, okay.
Laugh and
Yeah,
forget.
exactly.
But this one, it makes you think a bit
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
because, like we said, there's a lot of different people in the cast representing different parts of society.
different
right?
types of people.
The rich who couldn't be bothered about other people. The corporate young types who spends money as if
Yeah.
nothing.
And who can take control over anything
Yeah,
and
like
everything.
how
at
much
one
money
time.
you want, I'll
Yeah,
give you.
yeah.
Get me out
Yeah.
of this. That kind
then
of
there's
mindset.
one that always wants your approval, right? No
Oh,
matter
yeah.
what.
Ooh, the main guy lah,
Yeah, the main
right?
guy, the one who acted in X-Men. And then there's the normal one. I think the girl is the normal one, right?
Yeah, she's the
one that
only
eats a cheeseburger.
in the
I think
Yeah.
that's
she
the-
represents us audience, I think.
yes.
Yeah.
Some bad about us, something good about us,
yeah.
right? So she's not like literally the taker or the giver, right?
Yeah,
As
yeah.
defines it. Right?
And the moment, the very beginning, when she smoked, I have very strong connection with her.
Come on!
You don't see a lot of smokers nowadays on cinema, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not politically
Getting lesser
correct
and
to
less.
do it. lah.
Yeah. The cigarettes in cinema time, you can write a report about it. Because
Tracking the
it's-
history, the
I'm sure the
associations.
graph is like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's an interesting way of relating to the film.
But
Very
these
cast.
days, right, if you have a character who smokes, it is trying
The
to say
villain.
something about that character.
Yeah.
Previously, it's like almost
Ah.
everybody smokes, right?
Yeah.
It's just nothing. But now anybody lights up. So there's like a rebel or something is bothering him or her, not
Yeah.
part of
That's like,
mainstream.
Yeah.
but actually, then it's interesting because it's through the cigarette that the plot unravels, right? Like that's when you first realize that he's a food critic or aspiring food critic.
The guy,
He was like, don't ruin your taste buds. Right?
the know-it-all,
Yeah.
snobbish,
Wow.
right? And then he put on the spot. Refinds asked him to cook, then he can't do it.
Yep.
Because he feels that he knows everything, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is that this or is that come from this? That?
That part, I felt that director, screenplay writer, whoever involved wants to say like, don't you dare critique our work.
If you don't know how to make it
Can
yourself.
you make a film?
Yeah,
You know?
Oh, so you got the meta element from that. Okay,
Right,
okay.
right,
That's
right.
interesting.
Probably that's targeted to film critics.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah,
Yeah, maybe it's like a subtle jab.
Overdo their
Yep.
their borders.
That's why it's interesting, right? Even though it's like it's premised on like a food show, right? You can kind of extrapolate all the ideas and apply it to different parts of life, also, right?
Correct,
yeah,
correct.
I find it interesting.
But the punishment is a bit extreme in
Definitely.
this film, right? The punishment is death.
Yeah.
No one lives alive.
Yep.
Oops. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler. Yeah.
Yeah, from the
So
beginning.
it's like
spoiler.
the whole structure is like a Last Supper, right?
Yes.
12 people.
Yes.
And,
Oh my
you
god.
know, yeah.
Oh my god.
So-
Yes. This is such an
So,
White
and
important.
12,
also
right? White 12.
the smart ass, the guy is like a Judah.
Who is the
Judas.
smart ass?
Yeah, Judas, right?
Yeah.
Which is the
Tyler.
smart
Oh,
character?
the-
Oh,
the-
yes, yes,
yeah,
yes, yes,
Tyler,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
So
Yeah.
So he started out like the goody guy,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
The good guy. This is after that, like goodness, murder all around him, but he's still eating and trying
Yeah.
to win over the chef's.
In the beginning, I
approval.
just thought he was just psychotic, like everyone else who's part of that.
Mm.
But maybe that itself was a hint. Because everyone who is like the chef, all the
Mhm.
chefs are psychotic themselves. Or like there's
cooks,
just
eh?
something wrong.
Mm.
And maybe,
Okay, another thing that I wanted to find out from you guys, before watching this film, for me, I don't usually read up or, this one I had no choice but to watch trailer in the cinema, but actually it was a good thing. That's why I was interested in watching it. But I didn't do much research beforehand, let alone after that, because we freshly baked ovens or whatever. So was there any like difference or not really expectation, but what were you thinking this film
before
what's
watching
gonna
it?
be about?
and what was it
Okay.
different than?
When I read a bit, right, the menu, and then it's not your straight up foodie food film, my first thought or comparison would be the chef, the cook, the thief, and his wife or something. Remember that show a long time ago? The thief, the cook, and his wife. It's a bit weird,
What a
morbid
quirky
film
name.
again. Yeah, you guys Google it up and watch if you can.
Okay.
The thief, the cook, and his wife.
Okay.
Yeah,
From
so
America?
it is. I think it's an American film or is it an English film? That one is definitely morbid and dark. Yeah, and probably R21. Lots of.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that was also a bit crazy. About food, the premise is food and restaurant, but the story is anything but food and restaurant.
I see.
Yeah. So before I watched the menu, I thought it was probably something like that.
For me, so I don't like to do research before I watch. Because like
same, huh?
I have this thing where like if people tell me like something is very good, then I have very high expectations for
Right,
something, and
right.
I always get disappointed,
Right.
and I hate that feeling. So I just only know it's called the menu, but I didn't know what to expect from the menu.
So
Absolutely,
you weren't even imagining?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't imagine because you don't get much from the title, the menu. So
The menu and the poster you have seen, right?
no, not even the
Okay,
poster. Yeah,
okay.
not even the poster. I shall go
Right.
and look later. I haven't even seen it yet.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, I watched trailer. I've seen a poster. I thought there would be cannibalism involved. Yeah. So because there's this old story from Japan, very short story, and it's the Chumon no Ryōriten. So restaurant which demands a lot to the guest.
Okay.
The title, the meaning.
Mm.
So okay, the story is like you end up eating instead of eating something.
You end up getting eaten.
Eaten, yeah.
Okay,
So,
okay.
yeah.
So
I was
you are
imagining-
you are that way part of the menu.
Yeah.
Right, you're that way.
yeah, exactly.
Right,
yeah.
right.
You're the ingredient in the
Yeah,
menu.
exactly.
actually-
Ecosystem. yeah.
Yeah, speaking of which, I was very prepared to see somebody's leg cut in the dish or something
Or
like that.
meats being
Yeah,
processed.
like human meat. I was
Yeah,
very
right.
prepared for that.
Right.
But
I guess they
somehow
moved
didn't.
away because probably he knows people are expecting that.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
yeah. That's true. That's
Exactly.
true.
Okay, the film that I was talking about is The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover, 1989 UK.
Her lover.
Her Lover.
Wow.
Yeah, it won Best International Film stuff. It's a bit morbid, quirky, colorful, very dramatic.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys should try to watch it somewhere, somehow, if you guys can get it.
Mm.
The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover.
You know how just now we were talking about how the film made us think a lot, right?
Mm.
I think I have my take on that. Like why it makes us think so much is because like all the characters are shown to have bad and good sides to them or like grey areas, right? So for me, after a while, at first obviously I antagonized the chef, right? The Voldemort guy. Like,
Voldemort.
yeah.
yeah.
I want to bring
You know
that up.
food.
Yeah, we talked about
Voldemort. I forgot.
Yeah, but like obviously he is the easy target to like antagonize, right?
Mm.
After a while, he talks about his story. And I'm like, damn, like insofar as these people are like enemies or like horrible people, psychotic people, they are also victims of society to a certain extent. Like even the girl, everyone has their own story. And to me, because it's very hard to antagonize them, it's also very hard to be emotionally attached to them, these characters. You know, like you're like in between. Then it makes you think about these things, like the kind of things that they are subject to.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
then okay, if you guys can remember, one character, quite prominent,
Mhm.
didn't have any lines.
Mom.
Oh, the mom. Yeah.
All throughout, I thought at one point she'll play something significant, you know,
Hey,
like
she said
comes up.
something. She said something.
Yeah, she did.
She did.
But it was a very insignificant thing.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
did. What did she say? Can't remember.
The very last stage, right?
Yeah. Somewhere at the end, right?
It wasn't the last stage. It
I
was,
thought she would come out and stab the son or something, you know, do something dramatic, but she didn't.
Yeah, yeah.
In the end, she just drink
yeah, yeah.
and then died.
she died before the marshmallow fest.
She?
I don't know. And then she was just like passed out. Probably dead.
Marshmallow fest. Yeah, I like that.
But her, we can even imagine how she became alcoholic
Definitely.
in the family. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like I was actually quite shocked that her son
Mhm.
played out the scene entirely right beside her. The strangling and whatnot.
Mm.
And I was like, why would you replay your mom's trauma in front of her?
Yeah.
Then I realized that she wasn't even that affected. Like she was
Yeah,
that
the mom
gone.
is really gone.
Yeah.
Mentally, she's gone.
Yeah.
And the thing about Voldemort, right? The first time I see the flirt, not the first time, the first few minutes he started talking in front of the customers.
Mhm.
It reminds me of Voldemort, right? This guy's
Yeah,
probably
yeah, yeah.
casted because of his role in Harry Potter. The way he carried himself also, you know, there's that sense of danger. Anytime he will go just abracadabra and something like that.
Yeah.
In like on that note, do you guys feel like his villain, like the villain side of him, the psychotic aspect of him, is like, you know, drawn from the fact that he was Voldemort last time? Or do you think he played his character well as is?
I can't speak for him, but the casting director obviously knew he was acting for you know who.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. You know?
Yeah, man, we don't speak of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was very impressed by the VFX or the makeup artist of the Harry Potter because he's got very tall nose, but it was all hidden.
No,
Also, that's what you were thinking about.
Yeah.
He's just a good actor. Very
Yeah,
funny.
He is a good
he is,
actor.
yeah.
Yeah.
How did you like the sound and the score?
I really liked it.
Okay.
It adds on to that
Mm.
thriller effect of a film well.
Mm,
It's supposed to be dark at night,
Mhm.
you know, and
Mm.
then there's a lot of that boom element.
Right.
And it claps
Yep.
every time. And if you guys notice or realize, the later part of the film, the claps get
Louder.
And bassier.
and then
Yeah.
less
Bassier.
expected as well. You know,
Mhm.
it comes up from nowhere.
Yep.
Right?
Actually, from the beginning, it was already unexpected.
The first one's okay because you saw him actually clapping.
I jumped still, you know?
Yeah.
But subsequently, right,
Mm,
more and more you don't see
Yep. Off the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it has that effect, right?
Right. For the score, right? I like it very much, but if you watch the trailer, musically, the score is better. because it's more interesting, more layers and
In the trailer?
layers. But yeah,
Then in the movie?
I guess the trailer is to like get people excited.
Right.
yeah, and
okay.
it's a cello solo or duo cello,
Mm.
and it uses a lot of harmonics and like so it's more scary sound.
Right.
Yeah, and it's beautifully done. So I was expecting that to come somewhere, but it didn't.
Yeah. It was mostly viola and violin, right?
Yeah.
From what I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So more higher
Yeah.
tone than the cello. Yeah.
I really liked, okay, I don't really know the technical terms for this, but it's like, sometimes you're used to hearing music such that you know that there's a certain progression. Then like subconsciously you expect it to go a certain way. But then because the film is playing on this like ominous thing, right? The music gets a bit ominous at times. Like it goes like a just slightly different pitch or different note. And I'm like, huh. Like, it just kind of like jolts you a bit. It's just my experience for it.
Right.
Yeah. And I find that very interesting.
Right.
Yeah. Can't really pinpoint when though. It's just throughout.
But there's that feel of quietness,
Yes.
right? That you are isolated.
Mm.
I guess it helps because you really have to listen to what they are talking about to really understand the film, the progression of the film, right? Because if you're expecting action, you won't understand much because it's all in the dialogue.
And the dialogues are always overlapping. You realize like in the diners area, then I have to pick up. Remember what they were talking about.
And the interesting part is the wait staff are always professional.
Mm.
Even if after somebody gets murdered or hands gets chopped off, can I just help you back to your seat? Please sit everybody.
Yeah.
Please, they're very professional. They're not like, yeah. How do you think we'll do in the box office after watching it?
As for just for three of us and one of our colleagues, to get this screening, it was kind of hard because of Wakanda Forever. Screens.
Hey, something scary is gonna happen. It turns out we're all part of the menu.
I guess it's because of Wakanda Forever. Screens are very limited in Singapore for the menu, which to me it deserves better than. I mean, I can't speak for a movie that I haven't watched, but I wish if the theater gives more screening for this film.
Yeah, even in the cinemas when we watched, it was just 4 of us and
Yeah.
2 other people.
One more.
One more?
Yeah, five.
Yeah, the guy left quite early.
Oh, he did?
I mean, he left after
okay.
we were like waiting, right? Reading
Yeah,
I
the
thought you meant
credits.
he left halfway through.
No.
How could he?
It's a genre or film that not many people probably enjoy. There's a bit of morbidness, gore, scare, thriller, not totally comedy.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the
Right in
director
between.
is also quite unknown.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
He
true.
did like 3 other movies, all of which I never heard of.
Mm.
And I think he did well. Looking at the stars in the film, they're all familiar faces, right?
Yeah,
Although
yeah.
some of them you can't
Yeah,
figure out where.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, the X-Men guy. You've seen the faces, but you don't know the name. But they are quite big. Ray Fiennes, obviously. Yeah, but I think he did well. Definitely, I enjoyed the movie, and I would recommend it to people whom I think would enjoy it, but not everyone would enjoy it. I'm sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
I feel like even if not everyone enjoy it, like I'm not someone who is very big on like black comedy, but I enjoy that it makes you think so much. Like, and not to the point where like you're like very mind blown or what.
Yeah, but it's not okay. What you mentioned about let us think about ourselves, small things, or think about society, but not in a lecturing way or condescending
exactly. It just comes naturally to you.
And there's like comedy part, right?
Yeah.
Where they talk about food critics, they talk about the wealthy, they talk about the actor who's not really into his acting anymore. Right. The corporate who's like probably stealing money from the boss, kind of thing, right? So every aspect of society, well, not every, but most aspect of society was touched on. Yeah.
It's actually very satisfying to see some of these annoying people meet their end. Honestly, like the taco, wow, that
was good. The taco
crazy.
One was good idea.
That was psychotic. That one, like,
that you bring it up.
Yeah, the taco.
The memories, right? You say, this course will bring back memories.
Yeah.
And they print out all the shitty thing about your life on the taco.
Yeah.
No wonder the chef didn't like the protagonist.
Right.
Yeah, because he hasn't done the research enough for her.
Yeah, and the thing
so-
is, right, I thought the chef wanted to save her as well because he kept saying, "You're not supposed to be here.
yes.
All of these guys will die.
Yeah.
Right? You're not supposed to be here."
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, in the end, she got it probably, and then she tried to wiggle her way out very
And also the
creatively.
photo of cheese burger
Yeah.
shop.
Yeah. I think it was all planned, lah, right? To him, like he wants to see who is worthy of dying in this way.
We would think this guy is psychotic from the beginning,
Mhm.
which was not, right? He was this smiling chef
Oh
Right,
yes,
that
in the
uncle
photo, yeah, black
who was
and
a
white
bit more
photo.
human.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then progressively,
His
the
past.
smile disappeared.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
When he opens the island, I mean the restaurant, his smile was not there anymore.
Yeah, the owner holding his shoulder.
Yeah,
and
and his face very
Yeah.
Baltimore
right?
face.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So-
think that's the key point.
Yeah, but prior to
escape.
that, he was doing like burgers. That's where he
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
making his name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
The
that's where the
passion.
girl got
Mm.
the idea how to
Mm.
unlock him
Yeah,
mentally.
exactly.
So
Where were you?
where were
Yeah.
you with the clap?
Okay, so I was just saying just now, right, that this film, one of the important parts of how this film like plays on irony, right, is that kind of like make very benign things scary. So like the clap, right?
Wait, benign means what? Normal things.
Benign means like what's the
Irrelevant, normal, small.
synonymous why can't I think of it? Like you know the opposite is malignant, like a malignant tumor, a benign tumor.
Right. Okay.
Oh, I can't find like I can't seem to. Yeah, but yeah, so like very harmless. I was looking for that word.
Harmless.
Harmless, yeah. It makes very harmless things, very everyday things.
Not harmful in effect.
Yeah, correct. No,
Okay.
yeah. Like the clapping.
Yeah.
Right.
I was saying that, oh my gosh, I don't think I can see claps the same.
There's a very-
Yeah, because it's such an important like
Right.
plot turner
Right.
inside the film.
So on your graduation, you must tell your friends don't clap.
no.
Like, just cry.
Later I was thinking about
No,
the menu.
this is different from that.
Sorry, the voice. My voice.
On that
Uh,
note,
That effect is just like the famous Japanese horror, The Ring.
the ring,
Yeah.
Is that a film?
Sadako.
Yeah. You wouldn't see VHS as VHS
Oh.
before and after. Yeah.
And also, you wouldn't want to be in a room with a television.
yeah.
Oh my
the,
God.
the white noise and all that.
yeah. You expect,
Mm.
a long-haired woman like you crawling out.
Like you.
Sadako.
No, Sadako don't have Finch.
Oh, yeah.
But speaking of Sadako, up and coming, soon they'll be showing this Sadako DX.
Mm.
So
What's DX stand for?
DX, I think,
Digital.
is digital transformation.
Oh.
So from VHS to digital transformation, I'm sure it's gonna be crappy, but I'm quite interested in watching it.
Okay.
We'll look forward to that when
Yeah.
the time comes.
And also one last thing, the reason why I wanted to choose this film is not only because I thought this is something I would like with the limited information beforehand, which was right, but also past few months I have been working on this TV show for HBO. It's not TV show, OTT, HBO show with Mark Mylod. And that's Mark to go fine dining and also hawker center. But yeah, so I have been looking at this culinaries and the cuisines, all this. So, and I had a feeling that it's gonna be portrayed so differently from what I have been working on.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
yeah.
Totally different.
Yeah, but the food shot, right? If you pick only food shots, they are just beautiful food,
Mm.
and that's it, right? So
Yeah.
and also this food, this is called Food Affair, HBO's one, Food Affair with Mark Mylod. The chief DOP, who is very established commercial director of photography. So his food shots are very, very beautiful.
Then
So
Mm.
so
Totally
I'm
different,
glad
huh?
that I watched this after I finished the show.
you know it will ruin food for you. Gourmet
The
food.
sound design will be totally different
Yeah.
Very
elements of
ominous, morbid.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
that's
oh
true.
yeah, it's on HBO. Go on HBO Max. Please watch Food
watch
Affair with
Food
Mark
affair.
Mylod.
The food affair.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you guys for joining us on our review today. Clearly we all enjoyed it, so better go watch now.
Yeah.
Instead of maybe not instead of Wakanda lah, but you know,
Not instead,
give
but
some love
yeah.
to the menu. It's very worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's
Okay.
it. Bye.
再见.
Selamat tinggal.
And then what I say?
Selamat tinggal.
Sayonara.
Bye bye.
Suddenly you say 再见, then I was like, what's the Japanese?